welcome or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Jody. Another day and another makeup video. Here we are. I know it's been a little while since my last video. I'm still working on house projects and everything else. A new girlfriend, Courtney, who, I don't know if I've talked about before or not, but enjoying some pumpkin spice and all the fall things. I'm in my coziest bathrobe, my UGG bathrobe. I did a nice mani-pedi last night in this beautiful burgundy that's trending right now. I love that. Nice and simple. But yeah, today we're gonna work on a makeup video specifically probably for hormonal acne, because that's what we're dealing with right now. This is actually better than it has been, oddly enough. But yeah, I'll kind of walk through, what I do for cystic hormonal acne to help cover it. Not that, you need to or anything. Sometimes letting your skin breathe is good. I did that yesterday. But yeah, sometimes, you just are tired of looking at it. And so I'll kind of give you my tips and my pointers. Plus, we are also going to do our first fall official look. Now, I know most people, when they think of fall, they think of warm tones, oranges, reds, things like that, burgundies even. However, if you are like me and you are a cool-toned girly, you can't really do warm tones, and so we will be playing with one of my favorite palettes of all time, the ColourPop Stone Cold Fox. I will show you it really quick. I keep it in its box. This is one of my favorite palettes, period. Especially if you're cool tone, because as the name implies, it's all cool tones. And as you can see in the palette itself, it's beautiful. So I love this, using a palette like this, because this way you can, everything in here is cool tone and will work for like my skin tone, for example. And so it's better to do like brown looks if you're going to do browns, which are very everybody thinks browns when you think of fall, typically. And so if you want to do browns, but you want to keep it cool toned, this is the perfect way. I would say this palette or one other. Let me grab it, I'll show you. So I would say that palette for neutrals and things like that, like your browns and grays, and there's some pinks in there too if you want to do that. But the other palette I was thinking, if you're more of a color girly, I would say probably this one, because this one is also extremely cool toned, which is why I bought it. Look at this packaging. It's also by ColourPop, but I bought this as soon as it released, immediately purchased, add to cart. It was gorgeous, and I have used it a ton. But as you can see in here, if you're more of a color girly, so it's nice because you can get those cool tone greens. There's blues, purples, mauves even. So you can do a nice mauve look. Yeah, so that one's great if you want more color. But I mean, both would be perfect for a cool tone look, depending on what you're doing. If you want that winter green fall vibe or a mauve look, I might do this palette. If you want a more neutral look, which is what I will be doing today, and you want browns, Stone Cold Fox. Highly recommend both though. And the formula is really great. I've tried high-end ones, like Dior is amazing. I love my Dior palettes. Chanel obviously is Chanel, right? So they Tom Ford I wasn't as impressed by, but I think that was the palette that I tried. I didn't think it was worth the price, because it's even more than the Dior one, and I don't think it's better than Dior. But honestly, for the money, value-wise, ColourPop palettes are where it's at. I'm telling you. All right, but anyways, we will be doing a brown tone look, so stay tuned. Okay, so for our primer, just doing the e.l.f. Beauty Shield. It is a discontinued primer, but that's why I bought 10 of them. I don't know what I'm gonna do one day when I run out. But it's a problem for then, not for now. I also like the one that's in this line, the e.l.f. Sun Touchable Glow one, because it has SPF in it as well. And it gives like that really radiant, dewy look, like radiant look, which is nice. But I just love how that, like, as you can see, it hides, like, I have one crazy pore up on my forehead, but it even blends that in. Like, it just, I have fairly, I mean, they're like healthy pores, but, you know, I don't like seeing them. But it just hides all of those, which is great. So the foundation that I use when I'm having acne issues, things like that, it is not a liquid one, because I find that if you use like liquid or cream or foundations like that, it can cling to any kind of like dry patches that you might have, or accentuate if it's like a radiant one, it can accentuate the uneven texture. So if you have any kind of acne issues or, you know, dryness, things like that, honestly, it sounds a little counterproductive to put a powder foundation on dry skin, but it's the only one that's not going to make it more noticeable in my experience. So I'm just going with my OG Bare Minerals is what I'm using, just with the Kabuki brush. I do the artificial brush, I should mention, from them. I don't do their all natural one, the one with the natural hair and the natural fibers, because I have found that natural brushes shed a lot, and like the little hairs or whatever, the fibers, like come out. Okay, but this is nice because it's extremely buildable. It's also mattifying, but like in a natural way. As you can see, it like doesn't add any shine, which can add texture. Now, I remember when I first started using this, they would always say buff till you're bored. Because the interesting thing about this foundation formula, let me see if I can show you. So you can take a little bit of like the powder and like rub it between your fingers. Let me see, I might need to get a little more. But you rub it between your fingers and you'll be able to feel it like almost become practically creamy. Like the texture will change, which is interesting, but that's how it's able to like really blend into the skin. And that's why they want you to buff it, is to get it to create that blend. But I have found, I mean, and at least, you know, when I've used it, I have never had it settle into fine lines or wrinkles, or not that I have a ton, but I have seen other influencers. There's this one, can't remember her name, but she's like 80 or 90, like in her 80s, I think. And even she has used Bare Minerals, I believe. I'm just cleaning my brush right now. So this is another Bare Minerals brush. I actually love this brush so much. This is probably my most used brush in my collection. So much so that I bought it again. I bought two, so I would always have it. But it is just their like concealer, like their flat concealer brush. But I love this because you can, as you can see, you can just take like a little bit. It doesn't even have to be bare minerals. I've used this with, like if I had fake nails on that were long and I couldn't get under my eye really well, I've used it in like this. I've used this for all kinds of products. You can use it for cream products, liquid products, obviously powder products, but I'm just going through, covering up any, like adding a little more coverage, because like I said, this foundation is buildable. I've helped people who were not very makeup friendly in the past. They wanted some recommendations for kind of like a concealer and foundation like in one. They wanted something very user friendly, you know, that they didn't need a ton of knowledge or steps to use. And even though this is more expensive, like you're gonna spend more on this product, because of its like ease of use and how versatile it is. Like I've even used this on my under eyes. If your under eyes aren't as prominent as mine, you could probably even use this at, you know, for your under eyes as well as an under eye concealer if you don't need like a corrector. But it really is kind of like an all-in-one. So I've recommended this product for beginners. But I mean, yeah, like honestly, look how easy that was. Let's make sure I don't have anything hiding over here. But like, look at that. Oh my gosh, like honestly, night and day difference. Here, we'll add a little more over here. But when you're covering acne, the trick I have learned in my experience is you're not trying to like make it appear as if there is no acne, because you're never gonna fix like the texture. The texture is always going to be there. What you're trying to fix is you want to diffuse the redness. You want the redness to be minimal, because you know, if the texture is not that bad, when you fix the redness, it's going to look like nothing was ever there. Like, that looks great. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's see what is going to be next on our list. Okay, because we did a powder foundation, let's stick with our powder theme. This is our powder bronzer, Sunstruck or Sun-Kissed Honey from Believe Beauty from Dollar General. I have been using this a ton. I love this product. And like, as you can see, I've used it a lot and I barely put like a dent in it. A little bit goes a long ways, at least for me. But even on like days where I don't really feel like a no makeup day, I have used this as eyeshadow, or like at least like an eye contour. But it just blends so beautifully. And I wouldn't say with the marbled texture that it has and stuff, the like shimmerness to it, it's not really like a matte, like a fully matte product. I'll see if I can show you here in a sec. And I probably bring my like bronze tour down, my contour, probably bring it down more than most people, but that's just how my face like, that's how my face shape naturally like goes. I even like to take a little bit, I have a cleft chin, and I like to highlight that. I know most people probably wouldn't care, but I love doing that. I love my little booty chin. And then I just bring it down the neck a bit. And then you can even take a little bit if you want your eyes to be really snatched and kind of like do just at the corner of the eyes like that. Here, let me see if I can do a little more so you can really. But what I would do is I would take like a crease brush and I would just do it in the crease, and that like really can do like add a lot. But like look at this, like compared to this side I haven't done. Like it just adds that little shadow that just creates that little bit of lift that this side doesn't have yet. But you just do it from like the corner of the eye. And drag it up just a little bit, but like just adds a little snatchness. Oh, I love that. But I love contouring, so it's like my favorite thing. I think it makes like the biggest impact to your face. Just makes it look so much more chiseled. All right, and then in theme with that, do I want to use this blush? I think I want a more cool tone blush. Hold on. Okay, so I think what I want to do, since we're going to be doing a really cool tone look, I want to use the SheGlam The Love Dive in Don't Pink Twice. Love this blush. You will see it is a very vibrant bubblegum pink, and you really do not need much, but like when you look at it, it's a little like, ooh, oh my god, right? But you're not going to use that much, so like I just take just a little bit on my brush, and this is a really matte, super matte blush, and I just kind of like try to spread that out a bit, and then we can kind of buff it in. And if you need a little more, you can do, always better to do less and add more. Easier to add more than to take away. But I have also been taking it just a little bit up into my temple area. I find that creates a really natural look. I don't know, I really like that. You can even go over the nose a bit if you want. Some people really go crazy. They do it, like you can do it just up here if you want that more snatch look. You can bring it down if you want a more like blushy, cheeky look. I don't know, I think it looks a little more youthful when you do that. I don't always like that, but we're going to be staying at home today working on home projects. I have some painting on the front of my house I need to do. Ooh, I think that looks cute. Yeah, so I'm going for a more cutesy look, I guess, with the cheeks, less of a snatch look. Okay. Blush and bronzer are done. Let's start prepping our eyes. But first, coffee. Alright, and then this is just the same one I've always been using. I got this off Temu. I don't even know, like, I feel like I've barely touched it, because, like, you literally need, like, the smallest amount ever. And that, like, covers both of my eyes. So I feel like this tube is gonna last like an eternity, which is fine by me. I mean, gosh, makeup, it always shocks me whenever I go into like stores and stuff to like look at makeup, like how expensive everything has gotten compared to how much it used to be. I've had, I've mentioned this in previous videos, whenever I was talking about like foundations, like, do you know how hard it is to go into the drugstore and find a foundation, like a good foundation, you know, that's not gonna break out your skin, it's not gonna do weird stuff to your skin for under $10? let alone under $5. Like, you cannot find a decent one under $5, I don't think, anymore. At least I haven't been able to. The best one, liquid one, I haven't explored too much into the powder ones outside of the Bare Minerals. Like I said, I know it's expensive, but it lasts forever. It's a multi-use product, like, so you can do that and your concealer in one. But the best one that I found, honestly, at the drugstore for like less than 10, let me shake it up a little, is this one by Believe Beauty from Dollar General. Mine's in the shade Shell, but it's a liquid one. Comes in a glass pump and everything. Like, honestly, this is gorgeous. I would recommend this to anyone. The only person I probably wouldn't recommend that to is someone acne prone. So, all right, we have our primer on there. Now, the thing when you do primer, typically you want to make sure, like, wherever you get creasing, like mine's like right here, you want to make sure like you don't get that creasing and then apply the eyeshadow over where it's creased, because then it will cling to that and then you will just automatically have creased eyeshadow immediately. So you want to let it kind of dry, get a little like tacky, and that's when you know you're good to go. Okay, so let me get some brushes and we will start on the Stone Cold Fox palette. Okay, so the good thing about these Stone Cold Fox palettes, or well, the ColourPop palettes, is the way that they have them like lined up. Like, you can literally do looks just based on like each section, which honestly is probably what I'm gonna do today. Let's just keep it simple. I was like looking, there's like a few different brown rows. There's like this one that's like the most warm tone. There's this one that's kind of like a taupey brown, and then there's like this one that's kind of in between. I really kind of want to use this one. I don't use a ton of like warm shadows, so let's try this guy today. So let's start with, gosh, I don't usually use 5 shadows, but let's do it. So let's start with this one called Trip at the top, and we will put this down as our base to kind of set that primer. Technically using a crease brush with this. I love this brush though. I think I got it in some weird set from like Ross or something. But I just like how like fat it is, I guess, for a crease brush. Put that on, it's set. I'm just gonna use the same brush. Let's go in with, I guess, this next deeper shade called Quarry Days. And then I'm just putting that here as like in that 7 kind of area. Suppose that will be our transition shade. That's what they would call that. The profeshes. I'm not a profesh, but I watch profeshes, so like I just watched a really beautiful fall look by Nikki LaRose, who is a professional makeup artist. And man, the steps she put into hers and the attention to detail. Like, she used all different like techniques and brushes and just blended forever. But I suppose if you like pay someone to do your makeup, you really want them to like pay attention to detail and stuff like that. Like, that's the difference, is most of us are just kind of like, hurry up, let's get out the door. I like watching her. She's beautiful with her fancy earrings and her style and stuff that she wears. This time she did like a leopard one, like a leopard look, which was really cute, which is very on trend right now. Okay, let's see. Let's go. Well, There's only one shimmer in this. There's like these two. Let's go with, I guess, this Truffles. How does this apply with the finger? Because this has a glitter in it. That's the only thing that throws me. There's like a blue glitter in this, which is kind of unusual. So let's do a little bit of that. Oh, there we go. Okay, the glitter is coming up. Interesting. You see it a little bit? Okay, let's do the other side. It's kind of weird. I don't work a lot with these. It's like a matte shadow, but like with glitter in it. It's interesting. I usually just think of those as matte shadows because typically the glitter doesn't show up. This one is showing up for sure. Huh. Okay, let me see if I can show you guys. Oh yeah, you can see it. Just a little glitter there. Okay. I've just wiped my finger and then I'm going into Hard Place, which is the only shimmer. Just a little bit of that. Just kind of like a gold. Like a gold brown. And then let's just do that over here. It's like outer corner. You don't want to cover up that really mild glitter. I'm honestly impressed that you can see the glitter. Because like I said, typically when you have matte shadows with glitter in them, you cannot see that when you actually put it on the eye. Maybe it's because I use my finger like you would a shimmer instead of a brush like you would a matte. I don't know. Who knows? I've definitely never done this look before. I think that, have I done any of the lines before? Just lines like that? Maybe I've done this one over here, this kind of like mauve-y pinky one, I don't know. I haven't used all 5 shadows in a thing in a while though. I'm into it, it's looking good. Okay, and then we're gonna switch brushes. Okay, so just to make sure, let's just do a little once over with this, just to make sure everything is like married together, basically. All right, the brush I grabbed is this like little skinny liner brush, and we are going to go into this last one, which is called Fickle Fate. I think it's my first time using that one called Truffles that had the glitter in it. I think it's also my first time using this, which is Hard Place. So, but we are going into Fickle Fate right now with a little liner brush. And I'm just going up against the lash line. I think I need some more of that. So I found as I've gotten older, my eyes have started to lower a bit, like my crease. So typically what I do is I will keep my eyes open and see kind of where that creasing right there starts to end. And then that's where I will pull out my little liner. If I need to clean it up, I will take that same crease brush and just crisp up the edge of that. And then just start to kind of diffuse that shadow liner out. I really don't use actual liquid eyeliner much anymore unless I'm doing like, you know, an more eyeliner based look, because I really like the softer look. I also don't normally line like my whole eye with shadow because I find that it can kind of close it off a little bit, but I'm going with that today. I don't know, I'm feeling it. just along the lash line. Like barely at all on the inner part, but I'm mostly just diffusing what's already there. Okay, and then I feel like that wing went a little further out than I wanted, so just taking my concealer brush, cleaning that up. I'm also taking this and I'm going to diffuse that little corner. Because I really want that diffused. I don't want it to be very defined. But I'm happy with that. See how soft that is? It just adds a little subtle something to the lashes. Okay, we're going to do the other side. And then same thing. So what I want to do is open eye from the lower lash. Pull that right under where that creasing is. Just like that. So that whenever I open my eye, look, it's the same. It's not like how they have those eyeliners. Can't remember what they call it. Puppy dog placement. I don't know. There's like cat eyes, puppy eyes. Who knows? They have different names for everything now, but I've just found that this works for my eye shape. And then I'm just kind of basically taking my time, like diffusing that eyeshadow out. Just really softening it. And then we're doing the same thing, how that wing kind of went out a little more than I wanted. We're just cleaning that up. Taking the same brush, fluffy brush, and just diffusing the corner. There we go. That looks good to me. And then I'm going to take a little more of that and go right under the brow. Which I haven't done my brows yet, but that's okay. Taking a little bit, going right under where that eyeshadow wing is too, which I may need to go back over this once I do my under eye corrector, but we'll see. I think they call this underlining, but I love it. It just adds a little pop, which is kind of fun. Okay, so I think we're done with the shadow for now. Now we will work on the under eyes. Going in with our trusty Charlotte Tilbury under eye corrector. Just using my finger. And then for this eye, like I said, my bad eye, I'm just taking that same Bare Minerals concealer brush and I am just literally putting it right where I need it the most. I'm very picky about my under eyes. It is a source of self-consciousness, like feeling insecurity for me. Not as bad as when I was younger, but still. This product has helped a lot with it. I feel like that looks pretty good. So I am going to take, I only use this, it's a e.l.f. Fluffy Eye Blender brush. I only use this for setting powder, and I'm just using the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. Okay, picking that up. What I do is I pull the eye down just slightly, just to see if there is any creasing that I need to blend before I set it, for the same reason as I was talking about when you set your do primer for your eyeshadow, you don't want to have any creasing, because when you go to set the powder, it will set the crease. So always double check for creasing. Just going around the nose and in the T-zone just a little bit. Anywhere that I want to be a little more mattified. I'm also going to take some down onto the neck just to make sure all of that stays where I want it. Okay, all of that looks really good to me. Now let's do brows. I'm doing my order kind of weird today. I don't know why, but okay, on to brows. Actually, coffee. Good stuff. We're just using the e.l.f. micro pencil. This is in the shade Taupe, which is a cool tone brown. Go figure. Okay, now we're just brushing our hairs up a bit. I saw a TikTok, I think it was this morning or yesterday, that says that it's important to, and I do this, and I don't think a lot of people realize that people do this. Maybe it's like an unspoken thing. But what you do is you can take like a little brushy thing like this and just a regular pair of scissors, and you push your hairs up like this. You can't see it because mine don't need it right now, but you can push your hairs up like this, and you see how like sometimes you get like squirrely ones right here. You can kind of see those a little more, but you just trim them and make sure that, and you can brush them down as well to check if there's any like weird squirrely ones that hang down, but you trim them so that way, like if your eyebrow hairs like drop or whatever, or if they're too long, sometimes it can kind of like affect your eyebrow look, because they're not going to stay in like the shape that you want, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, anyways, enough talking about trimming your eyebrows, but you can do that, it helps. I just take the pencil and trace the shape that I want. And I do all kinds of weird eyebrow shapes because I want to make sure that it's going to look good from every angle. I know I'm weird, but I think about that stuff. I'm an overthinker. Okay, so now what I would typically do, I think this thing's dead, so I don't think it's going to work, but I just take like a felt tip eyebrow pen, and you can flick in like little hairs. Yeah, I think this thing's dead. I think I need to grab a new one from my little stash. But you flick them in, and then you take the brush and you just brush them in to make sure that they're like not too harsh, but you can do that. I think this thing's dead, so I'm just gonna do it with the pencil today. It's not my favorite. It doesn't create the best looking eyebrows of your life, but like they'll work. But what I mean is, like, you see how when I do my eyebrows like this, it kind of creates this weird dip right here. I just want that to look a little more smooth and a little less Tim Burton. But that looks pretty good. We'll double check this. There's an eyebrow filter on TikTok, and maybe other places too. I don't know if Snapchat has one, but it like tells you exactly like how far in your eyebrows need to be, where the arch should be, where the tail should end. Like it tells you everything to help you like even up your eyebrows. And I use that thing like religiously to make sure that my eyebrows are good. It definitely got me better than what I had been before. So we're just doing the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna double check my eyebrows in that filter and I will be back. All right, there's our brows. Good enough. Works for me. They're not as good as if I had a felt tip brow pen, but they'll work. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now we have fixed our under eyes. Let's go back with the... I'm just looking at my brushes. What did I do with it? This one. Let's go back and touch up our under, our like eyeshadow area. I'm just going back into the Fickle Feet. I just want to add a little bit more where I had accidentally like covered that up with the under eye corrector. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that hard place, same brush, I didn't even clean it, and just doing that inner corner again, just a little bit. Okay, done. And then mascara. Brushes back. Okay, let's see. Just our usual mascara I'm trying to work through and use up just black. Let's see, do I want to curl my lashes today? Yeah, we put all this effort in, might as well curl our lashes first. This is the Brilliant Beauty eyelash curler. I got it off Amazon. I'm gonna level with you, I don't really know anything about curling lashes. I just know everybody does it and they say, oh my god, like, I don't know. I mean, it makes a little bit of a difference, which I'll try to show you here in a sec, but not enough that I found like I have to do it. You just kind of pump, I guess, and then work your way up the lashes. So say there's like a little bit of a difference compared to these. So like, does it do something? Yes. Is it very small amount of something? Yes. But I guess the devil's in the details, right? Especially when it comes to makeup, it's all those like little touches that add up in the end for like that finished product. It's like that little inner corner highlight, the, you know, curling your lashes, the using the felt tip eyebrow pen instead of just an eyebrow pencil, like the little details. Okay. Lashes be curled. Okay, now we will go in with our mascara. And then I do kind of a similar thing anyways. When I apply my mascara, I like kind of push the lashes up like that. At least on like that first coat. And that's another thing I've learned as well over the years, is to do your mascara in coats. Don't just do like one heavy coat, because it's like paint or like nail paint or whatever. Like, don't just do one coat. Like, actually take the time and do like 2 coats or 3 coats or whatever. My first coat, I focus mostly on the roots and like really pushing them up and getting the base really, really well. So as you can see, I didn't really do much on the ends. That's where the second coat comes in. So by the time I'm done doing the first coat on this one, I feel like this one's dry enough. I can go in on the second coat on the other eye. And so this coat, I focus mostly on the ends. I don't focus on the roots, because we already got those really well. And there's the second coat. See the difference? Okay. And now we've done that side, so I feel like this side's dry enough. And again, this is just how I do mine. You may have shorter lashes that need more attention. You may wear fake lashes that you don't have to do any of this to. I've contemplated trying out like some of those individual lashes on the side to add a little extra flip or like an extra flare on the outside. Because I always see all the makeup girlies do it, you know, and theirs always looks amazing. And it, you know, fake lashes really do add quite an impact to your makeup. So I guess I have a little bit of lash FOMO. But I don't know, every time I've tried fake lashes, I hate them. It's not, I love how they look, but I hate how they feel on my eyes. I don't know, it just feels like sticky, itchy, I don't know, like, I don't know. I just haven't done them because I don't like how they feel. So maybe I'll like, golly, look at that. That made my eyes look huge, didn't it? Wow. Okay. Well, that is our completed eye look and face look. Let's do lips. Okay, just for funsies, I want to show you guys my lip collection. At least where I keep everything, all of my lip products. I keep it in this weird cool box I thrifted for like a couple bucks. But like, I have so many lip products, like it's insane. To kind of give you just a little bit of like an idea. So I have tons of lip scent products and glosses and things like that. I have actual lipsticks, like I love these ones from L'Oreal. I have so many of these. I have some stuff from Flower Beauty, stuff from e.l.f. I even have some like Dior things. So I have all ranges of lip products, high end and low end. I think I want to go with kind of a maybe a red. Let me look and see. Okay, I've been inspired by Jade to use my lip scents. So, because she's been getting into it and stuff like that. Because lip scents is great because it lasts forever. Like, it does not come off. The glosses do come off, but the actual color itself doesn't. So it's very long lasting, which is great if you're doing like a bold color, like a red or a black or something like that. I have opted for the shade Rose Berry, which is like a pinky nude red kind of thing. And then I haven't decided which, sorry, my allergy has been going crazy lately, but I haven't decided which gloss I want to do. We have this fun one that's pumpkin glitter, which is literally like what it sounds like. It is orange and glittery. Or we have Juicy Cherry, which will add a rose, like a red vibe to it, obviously. So we will play with it and see. I'll kind of show you the fun of lip scents. Now lip scents really adheres to your lips, so you want to make sure before you apply it, it's very dry. Kind of like how you dry out your cuticles before you paint them. Right now I'm just getting any makeup off. Okay, let's start. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. I don't know if I got the shape quite right. We'll see. Okay, second coat. Trying to keep it really dry so it doesn't stick on itself. Okay, and then once this is dry, we will try out the glosses. Okay, feels nice and dry. So I have 2 glosses. I'm going to try one on each side. Oh, that's orange. Okay, that's that one. Not hating it. It's cute. And here's the red. Oh, that's pretty too, though. I don't know, low-key, I'm kind of like leaning towards the orange. Let's do the orange. Well, we've already got some of the red on, so we'll do a little red and the orange. I never thought I would say the orange one. I don't really love orange, but it goes well with the brown. Okay. Blend those together. Yeah, when you can't decide, do both, right? That's pretty. I'm just checking the lip shape right now. My little like M. Not sure where's the filter for that to tell me if my lip was even. Alright, good enough. I'm happy with that. That's our fall look. And then the hair. So the hair, I put up in curlers last night because I was feeling lazy like while I was doing my mani-pedi. So we have some soft curls today. I brushed it out. I don't like it too curly, but good enough for doing stuff around the house, I think. Okay, now we'll go get dressed and I'll show you the finished. Well, I don't know if we're gonna do an outfit today. I'm probably just gonna put on my painter's jumpsuit and go finish working on the front of the house painting. So, and then I don't know, I feel cute though. All right, well, oh, another thing about this lip sense, look. So the gloss comes off, the lip color doesn't. Even eating and drinking, it'll last quite a long time. But this is our finished fall look. I love it. I feel so pretty. I love this eyeshadow. I really think it makes my eyes look like huge today, and the lip combo is fun. I'm enjoying this much more than I thought I would. I have to give it props. It's not as crazy as I thought it would be when you pair it with like a nude color. But yeah, I made some soup last night that I will be eating for dinner. I've been watching like Gilmore Girls, lighting my pumpkin spice candle, all of the fall things. So I hope you guys are getting into the season, and be sure to like and subscribe. I'm just a little baby channel. And be sure to come back for some more makeup videos with me, Jody. All right, bye guys.